Good afternoon. It's Sunday, about 1:30. It's a very gray, cloudy day, and I am fine with that. I love me a cloudy day. This morning when I got home, I removed the yellowing pea plants. The ones on this side had been taken over by aphids, so I removed them, and I watered this entire planter this morning, and this Swiss chard is wilting. That one's not, but this one is. Interesting. I'll have to give it some more water. I went ahead and harvested all the peas off of this side also, and I retrained. I unwound the purple potted pole bean from, it was like all the way up here and was like climbing up the pea bush. So I unwound it and then started retraining it from the bottom so that it can make its way up, because it's going to be quite long. These are going to just grow and grow forever. And then I went ahead and planted one more on this side, purple potted pole bean. It doesn't feel wilty, but it certainly looks wilty. It wasn't floppy like that this morning. Anyway, I harvested all the peas, the sweet peas, and they were they filled 2 sandwich baggies, like packed full. And ooh, that was weird. The screen went wonky for a sec. Anyway, my peppers, almost half the tray here are jalapenos. 9, 10. There's 10 jalapenos, 2 golden California wonders, 4 bullnose, and 2 keystone giant. So I gave them all their own pots to grow in, and hopefully they start growing pretty quickly. Those ones are doing good because they have a big home to live in. And some of them are over here too that I have single potted, that I've potted. A couple shishitos, couple Ancho Sanchez, and a couple OG Gaithers gold sweet pepper. Couple Marconi red, and 1 tam jalapeno. So I got a bunch of peppers over here too. This lemongrass, I don't think those seeds were viable. Nothing has ever happened. Tried planting them like 3 times. I also separated the trellising cucumbers so that they have their own. The zucchini rampicante did not sprout either. So, but it looks like my white scallop and yellow scallop squash are doing a little something. But the bushing cucumbers have not sprouted. So interesting. Very, very interesting. And looks like my little flower here is still in bloom. It's interesting. More than 1 day. This is day 2 so far. Lots of beans growing. Lots and lots of beans. Lots and lots of beans in all kinds of stages. All the stages. I pulled some strawberry runners that I found up here, but it looks like there's some more. That one. They just keep coming. They just like want to make more strawberry plants, which is fine. But I want strawberries, not more plants. I mean, look at how teeny tiny this little one is. Cute, adorable, but that's not gonna feed my craving. Flowers everywhere. Beans. Now, I planted a lot of Swiss chard and I've been watching these things grow. Now, this one obviously is Swiss chard. It's beautiful. This one, does Swiss chard have red leaves also? I mean, it's starting to green up, so I guess maybe these don't get enough light. I don't know. But then these ones get plenty of light and they're still plenty red. So, I don't know. But, and then on the inside it started out green, so maybe it's just a different variety of Swiss chard, but they all came from the same seed packet. Anyway, I've got to transplant that sweet alyssum also. Put some, probably put one of them in this bed, like right here. I have that tomato and this tomato here, and those are going to float over, so the center section here will be semi-open. Now this pepper plant is just not growing branches. It's not growing taller. What's going on? It's grown some leaves, and I've plucked off all of these little baby pepper things that it keeps putting off, but just look at how big one little plant can get. I mean, and they can get bigger. Of this portulaca. This one looks like it's its own plant, but they can get so big. Like this is one, and this is one on its own. This one's getting ready to flower, but the ones that are planted so densely are taking a little bit longer to grow large. I think because there's just so much root material in here, maybe. So next year I'll loosen up the dirt, the soil, and actually like just start all over. I'll start all over for those. I'll know better. Some of these are what I've thinned yesterday, so a lot of them have 2 plants in each cell. So that's what I was doing yesterday, was thinning the ones that have 2 plants, and I'll continue doing that until they've all been thinned. But these ones, it looks like the bugs have eaten little holes in the leaves. Not cute. Not cute. These ones are getting quite large. It's only taken them like 2-3 weeks. This is Green Dr. Cherry tomato. So tiny. This little one doesn't look like it's gonna make it. But this is the one. I only need one, to be honest. And that's the one that I'll plant in the front. At the front, at my front door. I'm just like still in awe of the garlic crop that I got. Just from itty bitty little garlic cloves. Just the tiniest little things. Those little annoying ones in the very center of the garlic bulb that you just throw away or just don't want to do. Don't feel like peeling. Well, that's what these came from. So I'm happy. And look at this gargantuan bulb that I got. Awesome. And speaking of portulaca plants, this has 3. 1, 2, and 3 here. And I have the first bloom. It's a white one. How beautiful. Most of those over there in those hanging baskets are the peach variety. But I did have some seeds that were a mixed variety, so I had some yellow blooms, and looks like this one's a white bloom. How beautiful. And look at this. This one is growing kind of tall now also. I should probably pluck this big mama out and give her her own pot to live in. But she's just full of aphids. Full of aphids. Look at that. Terrible. And so are the rest of them. They're all... I need to spray neem oil on them. I know I said that before, but I really need to do it. Trying to find some good lighting so I can show off my Swiss chard harvest. It's a bouquet, a beautiful bouquet of Swiss chard. Short arms, but look at how beautiful. This was from 2 plants. I just picked the large leaves off and left the small ones. This I will cook down and eat it with breakfast in the morning. Good morning. The patio is full of color this morning. The hibiscus are blooming, and of course the mums are still in bloom. I twisted the bowl to give the other side some light. I did some transplanting this morning. I transplanted this tomato, and I forget what it's called. It's the same one that's in the front. It's a smaller variety that kind of cascades over a planter. I went ahead and transplanted the chives into there, and as you can see, I have removed the peas and gave some light to the beans that are growing. And I also planted another purple potted pole bean because there's only one bean on this side of the trellis. The pepper plant, still not doing a whole lot. It's got some leaves, but no branches, which is really odd. And Chloe's tomato is growing. I've given everyone some fertilizer this morning. The sunflowers growing as well. And I think I'm going to take, I don't know if I should take Chloe's tomato over there yet. I'm going over there tonight. That's why I'm just wondering if I should take her plants or what. Oh, harvested a bunch of lettuce. All of the lettuce, actually. I did leave a couple plants in there still that was doing well, not bolting yet, but for the most part, all of this came from the top of the grain stalk there, and I harvested what I could from it, which was most of the plant. And there's a couple in that pocket still that haven't begun to bolt. My neighbor gave me a bunch of thyme. This one is a variegated variety, and I think that's the same one. And then that one down there is another variety. I forget what it's called. Oh, also in bloom is this little fella, this little lady actually, and almost Not almost all, because there's still a bunch more buds, but quite a few of the flowers have bloomed. They're all blooming together, which is awesome. Just love watching the hibiscus open. This one bloomed yesterday, so it doesn't have much longer to stay in bloom. I think it's like 2 to 3 days is what I've noticed. And I trimmed the sage, and this is my sage harvest. A nice, beautiful sage bouquet. I'm gonna dry those and make sage burning sticks. And then I also have some more of the thyme that my neighbor gave to me, and I planted them in there. Some of them had roots. Most of them had roots, actually. Portulaca in bloom. You can see that little one there.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you guys doing? I have a neighbor that stopped by to say hi. This is the leftover thyme. I'm gonna take these over to Mom's house, plant them. Anyway, yeah, my neighbor stopped by. Everybody walks by to stop and look at the gardens, mine and the neighbors. But yeah, she stopped by. She was walking the dog, and she was like, "Hey, I'm starting to get my green thumb." She's got 6 or 7 plants now. They're all house plants, but it's exciting to hear people say that I'm their inspiration, because I don't feel like I'm really a gardener. I mean, I'm a gardener, yes. I've been gardening, but by no means am I an expert. And people come to me for advice because of what my garden looks like. So, I mean, I just tell them what I know, which is very little. But anyway, and then another neighbor from the opposite direction, back that way, she walks every morning, and she stopped by and she was like, "I just love your plants." But that was it. She was taking a brisk walk, so she didn't stop. But she was like, "I just love your plants." And I mean, that gives me the encouragement to continue. And like last year, I wanted to put up a trellis like this, but I thought it might have been overboard, so I didn't. But they inspire me, and so I don't do it just for me. I guess I do it for everybody because they like it. So I'm just bringing some beauty and joy into the world for other people, and sharing plants and ideas. My neighbor gave me some plants. Look at his beautiful garden. Let me take you over so you can see, because his garden has grown so much. I think he said this one is called milkweed, and it's growing over here too, but it doesn't like to be transplanted. It's very sensitive, so I might try, but I told him, I said I was going to try to pull those up and take them to Mom's house and transplant them. That is, he forgets what it's called, but it's something that attracts butterflies. And it's blocking my light. But it's okay. Everything that I have growing right here is good with the light that it does get. And anyway, look at his beautiful thyme bush and flower, and his sage. Looks like that might be an onion or a leek of some sort. He's got a pepper plant there, which has a pretty good sized pepper on it already. You see that pepper? And I don't know what that's called, but it's beautiful. And that too. Everything is just beautiful. I love how everything just like fills out his garden. It just like everything grows into each other, and it's beautiful. He's got some volunteer tomato plants just pretty much everywhere. There's one there. There's a little one right there. Chives, they were in bloom, but now They're just growing again, I guess. Continuing to grow. He doesn't know what these are. He said they just volunteered, and I don't know what they are either. But this is why he has tomatoes growing everywhere, because he just throws his compost out. And I don't forget what that is, what he called that, but it's something that he planted last year and it didn't grow, and this year it's growing. So we're just keeping a watchful eye. And the snapdragon over here, I gave him last year. And that's my favorite color of snapdragon. How beautiful is that? This is his strawberry plants, and that's doing really well. But yeah, his garden is different and just as beautiful, and it's pulling in a lot of pollinators for my garden. So that makes me happy because I don't have too many blooming things around here, but just a couple blooming flowers. Anyway, I do have some more transplanting to do, but I need to buy some more soil. I have well, of course I need to transplant those beets, but where is it? Oh, here it is. These are the Hungarian hearts. I need to transplant them. And those little things are celery. So they're so fine and dainty right now. I really don't want to bother them because they're just nothing yet. And that is a super sweet 100 that actually did not die. It wasn't looking good the other day, and I thought it was dying, so I didn't transplant it, but look at it. It's thriving now. Anyway, these are the beets that I transplanted last week, I think, or the week before, and they're still small, but I guess they're getting there. And these I haven't done anything with, and they're not really doing well either. These are the they actually, there was like 6 in a clump for each of them, and these are the marigolds, but not that variety, the teddy bear variety, which I have plenty of. I have all of these and a bunch at Mom's house that I just took over last night, which I need to go transplant today. Anyway, yeah, I have lots to do. I replanted the beans yesterday. These are purple potted pole beans. So we'll keep a watchful eye on that. Make sure that they germinate. Hopefully they can germinate for me. I haven't had any luck with the beans. Anyway, speaking of beans, I have a handful of bush beans that I pulled off of the plants. A couple of the plants on the other side over there. And tons more that are just dangling. They're so tiny though. They're still not big enough to pull yet. But they're working on it. Oh, this one's big enough. Oh, there's a couple of them that are big enough. How did I miss these? Come here. All right, 2 more. And look at this itty bitty little cutie. Kind of sweet. Not too much flavor to it, actually. Alright, well, I'm going to take my harvests into the house and deal with these. This garden has seen better days. I'm at Mom's house, Just giving everybody a drink because it's kind of dry. She says that she's watered, but I don't think it's not been a deep water. So I need to actually plant a bunch of tomatoes and stuff, but I find myself watering first because everybody needs it. That's supposed to be full of beans by now. But I just now planted more at my house to hopefully germinate soon. And this is one of the loofahs up to the top of the trellis. I need to retrain it and bring it over this way so it can cover the entirety of this side of the trellis first. I like to train it, tell it where to go, but they haven't had much water. This is dry. This bed is very dry. Always has been. Somewhat hydrophobic. This one always needs a lot of water. And it's probably why the blueberries aren't doing well. They're just trying to stay alive. And over there is the asparagus patch. Not really a whole lot going on. Everybody's dry. And the other loofah is on this side, and it has traveled. There's two of them, so one of them has traveled all the way over there. Can you see it on that trellis? And this one over here, it was up to the top, but I needed to retrain it to grow somewhat into the center to cover this trellis. I mean, we're only at the beginning, so, and I see little babies starting to form, females and males, so that's promising. And I'm just giving everybody some water, waiting for the delivery of the washing machine. The washer and dryer is being delivered. It's one unit. Mom's Mother's Day gift. I actually didn't order it until Memorial Day weekend, and got a little bit of a deal on it, I guess. So they say, right? They always jack prices up and tell you save so much money. But anyway, we needed time to clear a path in the basement, which she's done an excellent job of clearing, and it's made her feel really good about that. So she's feeling good about herself right now, and she's excited for her delivery today, even though a stranger has to come into her house. They're just going to deliver it and drop it. They're not going to hook it up for us. Jesse can do that if we're not able to figure it out. I'm just giving this bed a little bit of water because it will be hydrophobic if I don't. We haven't had a rain in a week. And I mean, you can't tell really. Oh, I'm getting a call from Jesse Jr. Let me go. Okay, I just planted all the tomatoes, 8 tomato plants. Tropical Sunset, Prairie Fire, Blush, and Black Cherry. They're all very small. They were in these red Solo cups. And I think they probably won't get much light from where they're planted. I just don't have anywhere else to put them. On the other side of this trellis, I'm gonna plant a bunch of peppers, and the trellis is going to be covered by the end of summer with this loofah squash. So we'll see how well these bad boys do with the light that comes from this side. I planted the 4 Hungarian hearts on that trellis over there, and I have a few squash plants that I need to plant, and I think I'm going to plant them, at least a couple of them right here, and maybe a couple of them right over here also. So I'm just getting these beds moistened so that I can plant those real quick. I think they are the Black Beauty zucchini and golden zucchini. That's what I brought. So there's like 5 or 6 of them. I think 5 germinated. So hopefully we get something out of those, and hopefully the bugs don't eat them this time. Last time I planted zucchini rampicante, one on this end and one on that end, and the bugs ate it. And they were small, but they were a good size though. These ones are a little bit larger, so I think we'll be okay if I plant them now. Anyway, let me go get them. The delivery will be here in about 15 or 20 minutes. So I need to hurry up and get these in the ground before the delivery truck gets here. Here they are. Oh, I have some marigolds that I need to plant too. Oh, and that pepper plant over there. Ay, ay, ay. So much to do. And Jesse Jr. is waiting on me to pick up some tortillas because he didn't get enough from the store for his school food project that he's cooking. Chicken verde enchiladas. So I gotta pick those up for him and come over and help him put that together. It's gonna be dinner tonight as well, and I'm cooking the rice. So I need to chop. Just got to Jesse's house, and Mom wanted me to take a quick video of the chickie boos. Hey, Bubby. I was here. Hi, Maxie. Don't jump on me, bub. These are the chickie boos. This one is Breadcrumb. He's the rooster bird. I don't know the names of the other girls, but they have some baby chicks in the garage. Hi, Maxie. Say hi to the camera. What you got? Some food? Oh, yeah. Get on in there. Oh, yeah. Go for it. Get your salad. Eat your salad. Why is that big tarp on the ground?
That's the pool cover.
Oh.
Thank you for saying something, because I didn't. It's straight over my head. You gotta wrap it up.
When? Today?
Sometime.
Look who finally showed his face outside today. Señor Ignacio finally made it outside. He is full of cobwebs, and I've tried dusting, but that does not work. That doesn't work. Maybe my finger will work. Ugh, look at that. Cobwebs and dust from being in the house all winter. But he's finally outside. I should have brought him out like a month ago. But better late than never, I guess. My neighbor's been asking about him. See, my neighbor Scott gave Señor Ignacio to me. There's his bit, They all came from the same mother plant, and they're about 30 years old. The mother plant is much older. And anyway, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to cut this arm off at the bottom. I'm going to cut the entire arm off, and I'm going to bring it with me to Arizona, give it to Aunt Marita. She likes propagating cacti. She has one similar, but hers is not the same variety as mine. This one is a candelabra cacti. He's beautiful. He's got a lot of new growth, even though he was in the living room all winter, pretty dark. I only watered him just a couple times, very little, just a small drink. He needed to stay dormant, you know, while he was indoors. But now I brought him out, gave him a good drink, and he should be happy. Oh, look what else is blooming all around. This beautiful succulent here blooms all around. Isn't that pretty? I put a bowl of sunflower seeds out for the birds. And a couple more blooms here. Just gave everybody a water, a drink. Everybody had a drink. So I'm just gonna sit here. I slept all night. I have to work today. Whew. Bless me. I have to go back to work tonight, and that really sucks because I want to stay home and just play in my garden. Yesterday I was gone all day. Had to run some errands outdoors, pick up a few things, wash the car because it was full of bird poop and dust. And then I went to Mom's house and waited for the delivery of her washer and dryer. And they came about 6:30. And then after that, I went over to Jesse's house because little Jesse needed direction and assistance with his meal that he was cooking for his class today. And so I went over and instructed him. I was going to have dinner with the family. He chose to make green chicken enchiladas and wanted my recipe. So I brought the rice fixins and cooked rice over there. And then Anthony came down and gave me his iPhone charger because my phone was dead. And I was like, "What's wrong with your voice?" And he's like, "Nothing." I'm like, "You sound sick." He's like, "I'm not sick. I just have a sore throat." And I was like, "Okay, I'm out." Anthony went back upstairs, and then Jesse Jr. and I completed family dinner, but he didn't get enough tomatillos to make the sauce for enough to feed 24 kids at school and have dinner. So Crystal was still at work, so he called her to get some more tomatillos from the store on her way home. So he had to finish his school project alone without my help, but he knew what to do since I had come and helped him with. He did most of the work. Like he most of it was already done. The sauce was made. The chicken was cooked and he shredded that while I was there. He shredded the cheese. Not enough, so I told him he was going to have to shred some more. But anyways, so he did all the work himself. These kids are very capable of feeding themselves, just like we were when we were kids. We were always making cookies and whatnot, baking, and we'd throw birdseed in peanut butter cookies and feed them to the squirrels and the birds outside. Anyway, so yeah, so I did that yesterday, and then I came home and it was probably 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. And then I came home and crashed